Hi.
Hey, welcome. All right. Hi, I am Julie, and you are watching the Wellness Movement. And welcome to Spanglish World and H.E.R Network on Zingo TV, channel 250 and 251. Remember to download the Zingo TV app on the App Store. It is free. Leave a review. Zingo TV is available on Google Chromecast, Amazon Fire and Fire Sticks, Roku and Roku Sticks on all smart TVs from 2016 forward. So welcome, sidekick, Kaz.
Hello. I like your little intro.
I know.
Very professional.
I know.
Are you trying to outdo me with your giant jug of water there? I'm like, oh, you've got like a
my
barrel.
giant jug of water also says, can you see that?
Yes, I can see everything. Your giant jug of water knocked my phone off the thing.
My giant jug of water says love on it.
Oh, mine says live simply. Hold on. Oh, I'm still here. Hold on. There we go.
We literally set you up before.
I know. What happened there? I don't know why it's not showing me, but I'll be on in a second. So just talk amongst yourselves, people.
I'll just talk to Coco here in the background.
Yes. I don't know why it's gone dark, but I am here. I swear.
I can see you.
Oh, I can't see myself, but that's fine. As long as you can see me.
I can see you. Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah, so we're in lockdown 10,052.
Yeah, we're getting there. I'm not sure where we're getting, but we're getting somewhere. Whatever. At least it's sunny. That changes a lot. I think the sunny weather, the warmer weather, it changes people's mentality for the better, and that's good. We need that right now.
I think I wanted this show to just talk about all of the things that you can do for your own health and well-being, regardless of what's going on in the world at large, just because that's something that you actually have control over.
Right. Agreed. I know a lot of my clients now are saying that they're getting out and starting to walk again, which is fantastic. Walking is my favorite. I love it. So, I mean, walking just brings about a whole new appreciation, I think. They seem happier, of course, and you're getting exercise. So then you are feeling better. You get a little more motivated to do stuff.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good to see people out, like literally seeing them out and seeing faces. And it's so much better for us than being stuck inside with masks on and staring at a TV. So yay, Mother Nature. Thanks for having our back right now.
Mother Nature rocks. And also for those, when you're out and about and you're walking outside, it's actually really, really beneficial, especially if you're out somewhere where there's trees and it's wooded. Basically, the microbes that you're breathing in, it changes your gut microbiome, which actually helps with your mood. So that's why, if you go outside and you're by a water, a large body of water, or you're in the forest, that's what's happening in your body. There is a process that's happening, and that's why it's important. If you can find some nature, to get out to that as well. But yeah, just soak up the sun and get outside so that you're helping yourself there.
I've noticed that because everyone is spending so much time on the screen, whether it's because they're now working from home, so they're stuck to their laptop, or just because there's such limited things we can do, so now they're spending a lot more time watching TV. A lot of people are resorting back to taking time away from the TV and reading books, which is amazing. One of my clients said he's on vacation. So I was like, oh, what are you doing right now? He's like, honestly, I'm just going to sit outside and read a book.
Wow.
I know. I'm like, that's so good. When do we hear that? It's not very often. Most people are like, I think I'm just going to binge watch something. But we're done binging. We're done with it all. And I I hope it's the same as last year when everyone started their little gardens in their backyard. I mean, I hope they don't in a way, because last year it was really hard to find little seedlings. But I do love it when people just get back to the basics and start little gardens and watch things grow, especially when you involve your children. Right now, my son and I have a little greenhouse going, and we have little seeds growing, and it's so fun for him to watch them grow, and he's learning something as it happens, and he gets to take care of it.
Yeah, he gets to
So,
see where food comes from.
exactly.
Yeah.
And how frustrating it can be when you've grown it so far and then all of a sudden it just goes womp womp. And you're like, what did I do?
What did I do wrong?
Exactly. But that's part of the process, right? Like that's what happens. And it's good for him to see that too.
I've been growing sprouts on my kitchen counter, which I really love because it's very easy. You just put seeds in a mason jar, soak it overnight, and then the next day just kind of drain the water. And then every day, once a day, once or twice a day, you rinse out the seeds, and they just kind of sit on the kitchen counter at like 45-degree angle and grow. It's magic.
And then what do you do?
Well, you can use the sprouts. You can use sprouts in smoothies. You can throw them onto salads, into soups. You can make sandwiches out of them. So there's lots of options. But the cool thing about sprouts is that because they're not the fully grown plant, they're actually really, really nutrient dense. So yeah, they have very high nutrient density, and so that's kind of the health benefits of sprouts. And plus they're super easy to grow. So I just got myself 2 different mason jars and like a rack to put them on so that they're angled correctly. And yeah, every week I grow a different batch. Like I got, I think like 6 or 8 different kinds of seeds. So every week I just try something else and see how it is. And I throw them into different foods. It's really great. I love it.
So why do they have to be on a 45-degree angle?
I don't know. That's just what they always say.
We don't question it.
I don't question it, but it works. And the thing is, it doesn't take long. So like, for example, say I'll get a batch started on Monday. Depending on the type of seed it is, usually by Thursday, Friday, I have sprouts. And so those sprouts can kind of get me through the weekend, and then I'll make a new batch again.
And so they sprout obviously from the little seed, and then out they come, and then you use that whole thing, or you cut the little
No, you use the whole thing.
Okay.
You use the whole thing. So
how interesting.
Yeah, there's a whole book. I mean, there's a couple books on sprouts, but the book that I picked up recently in like the last few months is Doug Evans' book. It's all about sprouts, and he goes through all the different varieties of sprouts and the health benefits. And I just in these kind of interesting, weird times, like it's good to try new things. Use this opportunity, learn something that you have been curious about. And I had a sprout lady before the lockdown. I had a sprout lady that I ordered sprouts from, and she would deliver the sprouts to my door. She had this whole operation. But what I found was that she gave me so many sprouts that like you only have a very narrow window to have them. Like you can't have them over weeks or whatever, right? So she would give me so many sprouts and I couldn't finish them all. So some of them would end up going to waste. And I thought, okay, well, maybe if I'm making them myself and I kind of am only making a little bit at a time, I can use them up. And when they're done, I can make a fresh batch. And so that's what I've been doing. And it's been really cool. And obviously in June, we will plant like late May, early June, we'll plant our garden, and we'll have like lots of greens coming from that as well. And yeah.
Wow. Very good. I remember as a child in England, we would always in school grow watercress, which I don't know. You probably have it here, but you probably call it something else. It would be a school project that we would always have to grow. And so it grows about like this high, and they're just little sprouts, and you would eat them in a sandwich or in a salad. but it would always be a school project for us. Almost like, remember Chia Pets?
Yes.
So it would be something similar. We would have, I mean, they wouldn't come in little heads or whatever, but we'd usually put them in an eggshell and then grow them out of the eggshell. And it was, we would learn about growing stuff from seeds and the process that it took and stuff, but we would do it every year. To the point I would get sick of watercress sandwiches.
Well, so yeah, I think I've got like an avocado that's good to go, and I think I'm gonna make myself like an avocado sprout sandwich later today.
Nice.
Yummy little treat.
So I think our theme today was talking about how to kind of just stay positive in these not so positive times. And so definitely getting out and doing stuff. But I mean, you being the nutritional guru, I'm sure there must be some foods that people can start to ingest that will lighten their mood and make them feel more motivated to do stuff. Is there more stuff coming into season right now that would be good too?
Well, I mean, I always think that it's good to get in the habit of having lots and lots of veggies and fruits, because like if we want to, I actually mean to do a live on this in the next couple of days, but food has energy, right? It's measured energy, and there's actually a chart. So I have to like write out all the different frequencies. But generally, all plant foods have a higher vibration.
Okay.
Like if we just think about it, so there's the nutritional component, right? I'm going to get a little woo here. There's the nutritional component of extracting vitamins and minerals and fiber and proteins and carbs and all that good stuff, right? That's just looking at one level of food, right? But the other level of it is living versus dead food, right? There's certain foods that have a very low vibration. So when you ingest them, they keep bringing your frequency down. So when you talk to somebody who's living on a lot of processed foods or a lot of meats and dairies, they have like a heavier energy. Right? And a heavier food. So as soon as you change that, and this is just from experience, like as soon as I change someone's diet and they're ingesting a lot more plants, their mood lightens. Their gut microbiome also changes, so that helps. But their mood also lightens because they're literally raising their vibration. They're raising their frequency. And I posted a thing on my Instagram stories last week, like the actual chart, and I actually need to post that on my page. So it's just, we want to like look at it sort of like big picture and just kind of zone out and go, okay, what are the different ways of looking at this? In versus like, a lot of times people just look at something one way and they get stuck in that way. But like from an energetic standpoint, and also if you think about like things like processed foods, right? They're usually void of nutrients, very low energy, pumped full of chemicals. So how can anyone expect like vibrancy from dead food? Right. Same thing with animals. Like people don't like to really think about it, but think about it. Like an animal who is raised in a factory farming system or just in animal agriculture in general, when they are taken to the slaughterhouse, there's fear that comes into their system that is going to come into all of their cells and tissues. That is to lower the frequency of that food. And so when you ingest that into your body, you're bringing down your own frequency. Right. And there's all of these other components that you can look at, like the fact that it's linked to diseases over and over and over again. Like the most recent study was the study that came out of Oxford, where they followed 475,000 people for 8 years, not a short span of time. For 8 years, they tracked these people and their nutritional habits, and they found that everyone who ingested various forms of animal products 3 or more times a week saw an increased risk of cancer, heart disease, kidney issues, gastrointestinal issues. So these are the studies that are coming out, and yet that's not the psychology of the public, is because they're so heavily marketed to, they are still stuck in this old paradigm.
Mm-hmm.
right? But from my experience, anytime I've gone to a retreat, anytime I've gone to, like, say, a yoga training or a meditation training, guess what? Nobody ever serves animal flesh. They always serve lots of plant foods, because the idea is that you want to, when you're doing these spiritual practices, you want to raise your own vibration,
Right.
right? So that you're operating in a different headspace, literally.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I get it that not everybody's understands the science. There's a lot of conditioning, but I would say
A
just start
lot.
eating more fruits and vegetables and see how you feel.
Well, it's great that we're coming into the season where more is available, because winter are more of the root kind of heavier vegetables that make you want to maybe just curl up on the couch. But now we're coming to the great season where you got the farmers markets and everything is as fresh as it could be if you haven't grown it yourself, which is fantastic.
Yeah. And, get outside, get some sun, move around, you know, grow some veggies if you can, grow your own food
Yeah.
if you can, and start experimenting, like adding some more plant foods. And then I would say, like, the most important component of it is just your own personal mindset, right? Like, we don't have to passively ingest bad news and take it on.
This is very true.
Yeah.
I am at the point now where I am tapped out about talking about COVID and what's going on in the world. So trying to bring new fun information in and different topics is good. And the more people are starting to go out and do stuff, that changes. The theme changes of what we're talking about. And you can just see it. You just see it in their faces when they come in. They're not kind of, So it's great. Spring has sprung and new life is beginning.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah, for sure. And, minimize your time around TV and on your devices, and just start to do things. It's like, clean up your yard if you have a yard, or put some plants in a pot, and that's always fun this time of year.
Yes, I am starting to see the clients who have done the leaf rake up and cleaning of the yard, and they're sore. So it's nice finally to have clientele that are outside of the, I've been sitting in a desk all day working and my shoulders and neck hurt. And now they're like, oh, I was outside raking all day. It's like, yay. Not yay that you hurt, but yay that you're doing something different.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and even though it hurts, your body's actually like, yes, it's starting to use muscles that it's not really using because you're just sitting around letting them waste.
That's true. Yeah. I've been getting out, like, the last, I would say, 3 weeks or so. I've been getting outside and just going for a walk first thing. Like, I get up, I do my meditation, kind of empty the dishwasher, get the dogs out, and then throw on my shoes and go for a walk around the block. And there's parks and stuff nearby. And I just kind of, like, as I'm walking, an image will come to me in terms of, like, what path I want to take. I can mix it up. And then I just go strolling.
I heard of a new path to the provincial parks in Darlington. It's not too far from my house. I had no idea this whole time.
Wow.
So, yeah, we'll have to wrangle the dogs and go for a walk.
Yeah, we should definitely do that when I get back from my adventure.
If you are capable of doing that. You may need some recovery time.
I'm sure I'll be reasonably recovered by that point.
It'll also be the end of the month, right? So weather will be much nicer, which is good. I mean, it's nice now, but I think it will be better when you come back.
Yeah, literally, I will be coming back on the last day of April.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Way to miss this whole month, basically.
I'm doing a reset. I'm getting out of it. I'm over it and I'm out.
What are the dogs going to do while you're gone?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, Harley looks like she's very much affected by it.
Yeah, she's like, I'll just be right here.
Yeah, she most likely will be sitting in this exact same spot. And Coco will for sure yell at me for leaving her. She does that every morning when I go out for a walk and I come back, I just get yelled at a bunch.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, right? No puppies, no man for a month or 3 weeks, I would say. Yeah.
And it's whereabouts? It's California, right?
Yeah, Santa Rosa, California.
Now, is it in a forest kind of area? Is it by the ocean? Is it somewhere exciting in a field?
No, it's not that fancy. It's just a facility. They have gardens and stuff, but it's not overlooking the ocean or anything fancy like that.
Right.
I wish it was, but.
Though I suppose at some point you're not going to really care because you'll just be like, I need food. I don't care what my scenery looks like. I need a Snickers bar.
Yeah, I haven't had a Snickers bar. I don't really consider a Snickers bar food.
Right? You may do. 2 weeks in.
Oh, it's fun. So for those who are watching who are not in the know, I am heading to Santa Rosa, California to do a 21-day medically supervised water fast. And I will talk about it on the show in the coming weeks as I'm going through it and just sharing a little bit about my experience. But I'm doing this to basically, there's a lot of health benefits to fasting. And I'm doing it basically to do a hard reset on my thyroid. So, and I also don't recommend doing water fasting without medical supervision. So, yeah, I'm doing the responsible thing. I know sometimes there's like videos up on YouTube and stuff where people are like, "Oh yeah, I'm doing like a 40-day fast." And do not do that without proper medical supervision. So. Yeah.
That's exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes.
I'm looking forward to seeing how I feel. Right? I mean, like, I feel pretty good, but I'm curious to see like what happens, like what changes. Right. The thing that I hear from people is just more energy, mental clarity, physical aches and pains gone, and especially like reversal of certain symptoms. And maybe on another show, I'll talk about the journey that I've had with my thyroid, and I'm in a place where I'm pretty good and I don't have any, I don't have any, like, most of my symptoms are pretty mild or non-existent. And I'm also not on medication anymore. And it did take it was quite a process to get to that point. So this for me is just kind of like the next rendition. See what is possible.
Exciting. It is exciting.
Well, it's an exciting experiment. We're going to see what happens. Yeah, so that kind of concludes our time. So I should do the outro. This show can also be heard on Spanglish Radio Network. Her network is part of the Spanglish World Media Network. Check out spanglishworld.ca for all news and programming. Spanglish World. Watch it, hear it, read it, download it, live it.
Very good.
Thank you.
Now we'll go and enjoy the sunshine.
Well, I think you and I are both working.
Yes. But for a few minutes, I'll enjoy the sunshine.
Yes. I think there's going to be an outro.
Oh.